Hey, energy party people. Watching the space. Getting ready for some magic. Hey, StreamYard, can you come up with some better songs? Thanks. All right. Enough of that nonsense. Let's put out the smudge. Okay, well, welcome to another rousing episode of Magic Mondays. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should keep doing this. I actually saw saw that my hair is out of place. I actually saw that Biden declared that the pandemic is over. So that's cool. And I started this, well, mostly because of the pandemic and things feeling so crazy. And um, yeah, and as things get back to normal, it makes me wonder kind of why anybody would watch still. One of the main reasons I started, well, it's because of my book, but also because I wanted to be a consistent force for people in inconsistent times, or I wanted to be a consistent, not force, but consistent presence. Yeah, and and I think more and more people are not available on a Monday. So I'm reconsidering, as I feel I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, I'm reconsidering doing this. I would do something else probably, and probably not at 11 on a Monday. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, yeah. So at this moment, nobody is watching, and I'm feeling a little, what am I feeling? I don't know what I'm feeling. This week has been really fucking weird. And yeah. So the fact that no one's showing up right now, that sounds about right. So that's kind of how I've felt. Like I don't want to show up for anything. Yeah. So this might be a real quickie. Yeah. So, and if I'm only talking to myself, I don't feel like talking. So, well, that being said, I'll jabber on for a couple more minutes, and then we just might call this. Well, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, fuck this. So, Coop, let's just catch up now, since I think it's just going to be you and I talking to each other for a bit, which I'm always happy to do. So here we go. Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop. Yeah. Okay. Well, Coop, let's just talk to each other.
Okay,
So,
cool.
hey, so we can talk
Even
about
if even if no one's listening, that still makes me smile. My biggest smile of the week usually. You hear my theme song.
well, and it makes me smile that you're here. So, yay.
And I guess I mean it'd be nicer if people. I don't know about the weather down there. It's been really kind of rainy, nasty up here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. It just kind of fits, like you said. It kind of makes sense for today how I'm feeling too. So, but if we don't do this show anymore, I mean, I think we can maybe. I don't know. I still hope that we will continue to talk.
Oh, I
Regularly.
think,
You've
well,
been,
no, we'll do something. We'll
yeah,
do
I think
something.
you've been a real positive force for me when I needed one, and I appreciate all your support for the last, especially since the beginning. Well, yeah, since Thanksgiving, since before Thanksgiving, I've been doing this. So, yeah.
Wow. So it's almost, we're going on a year. So, because 2 years, it'll be 2 years for me doing this.
Yeah.
Like November 15th, I think.
Yeah, I think there's been a couple times I've missed, but otherwise it's been pretty.
Very rarely.
Yeah,
Very
so
rarely.
yeah, I look forward to it. So yeah, maybe it would be something that we could like still you still have things that you would want to talk about, you
I
cumulative,
always have things I want to talk about.
and
Yeah.
then you could like have an actual but like have like a pre-planned like a show. You can actually like get some images. I can help you with that. Like production values instead of just being your face. And we could actually show some cut to different things, have some B-roll videos, and have more like an actual show. And we can still have
I think that'd be awesome.
the healing or whatever, just for people in general. But yeah, maybe we turn into more of a live stream, less of a live stream and more of an actual planned, produced show. I don't know,
Well,
just
that's definitely a possibility. Oh, we have a couple people here. So hello, Yvonne, and hello, Erica and Art, if Art is with Erica. So we have a few theme songs. So here we go. Yvonne is in the house. Check her out. And so smooth. Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah. Yeah. So welcome,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, if Art's with us. Yeah. So yeah, we'll figure out something to do. And I'm not making any big moves right now or anything. It's just kind of like I like the consistency of showing up every week at a certain time, which was my biggest fear around this.
right.
Was like, I have to show up every time.
Yeah,
But it's really been great, even on the days where it's been horrible. It's been kind of great, and I'm proud of myself for the consistency. Being my own boss, um, I'm a lenient boss. Yeah. So, but the fact that I promise to show up no matter what. That's been really great. And learning to be vulnerable, never knowing who's watching. I never know who might someday watch one of the,
right. Exactly.
on YouTube or whatever, and maybe, when we get really famous for our show, then people will like be looking for everything.
Right. Well, they were like laying seeds. You never know exactly when they're gonna sprout.
Yeah, so this has been a great experience, and yeah, we'll see how long we do it.
Yeah.
But we'll do something. Oh, Chip is here. Oh, Chip, do I have a theme song for you? I think I was supposed to make one. I might have to just make one up on the spot now. All I can think of is chips, chips, chips ahoy. Thanks for being here. Hi. How about that, Chip? Okay. So that's what you're getting. That's as good as any of the other ones. It's just not recorded. Okay. Yeah, so we went to Wilco this weekend,
Oh yeah.
and that was cool. Yeah, they were like I realized so it my favorite part of the show wasn't even the show. It was hanging out with the friends that took us there. Our friends Natalie and Reno. And hey, let's show a picture of the four of us. So
Oh, yeah.
Reno, Natalie, me, and Dave. Um, yeah, and Reno's a hardcore Wilco fan, and yeah. But anyway, so the show is good, but it's kind of what I realized later is like I longed for just like some of their really regular quiet songs. Like, did every song have to be like fucking rocking so hard? It's like, yeah. I mean, as Wilco, because and we had really great seats, so we were really close, but we were like fucking like way too close to the speaker. So grandma here was like, yeah, my ears feel fine. That's good. But it was just kind of like, I'm glad this isn't my first show because I'm not sure I would recognize all the songs because it was so fucking loud. I know.
Wow.
Yeah, but my
Did you have
favorite.
earplugs?
Hmm?
Did you wear earplugs at all?
No,
Yeah, 'cause I
no.
used to laugh at people. Like, I see people at concerts, older people wearing the little foamy earplugs or whatever. It's like, oh, but
I
now I
wouldn't
can
do that. I'm not going to go to a
totally do
concert.
that.
Unless I was being dragged to something I didn't want to hear, maybe I'll do that. But I don't like things being in my ears. So anyway, yeah. But my favorite part was we were trying and trying. There might have been some I'm trying to think of a nice word. Okay, we might have been a little stoned. And so we parked, and it was at San Diego State University. And I mean, I went there for a year back in 1984, so I was no help in finding our way around. Luckily, Reno was able to, and he was not stoned when he was driving. He took care of, yeah. Poof, no one got stoned. We got stoned by angry people. I'm not saying that we used any kind of
Right. Obviously.
legal drugs in California. But anyway, yeah, but we're like wandering, trying to find it. And we get to where we think we're going. And there's this really long line of people to get in. And like, that's weird because the show's already started. So we completely gratefully missed the whole warm up band. Whoever they were, who cares? And, but the place we ended up first, there was this really long line of people, and it was just worth the whole evening was worth it for the belly laugh that went on forever because uh, the line of people we saw, it's like, something's wrong here, and we realized that no one there was probably over 21. Well, maybe some were over 21, but like, okay, yeah, we were clearly out of place. Turns out it's like Jack Harlow was playing or something, whoever that is.
Okay.
Um, somebody the kids are loving, some white rapper dude. Yeah, and once we realized we were terribly out of place. I mean, we felt so out of place that it was like I would have been totally embarrassed to say, "Hey, what are you guys here for?" Um, yeah, and we're like, "We're here for dad rock." So anyway, oh, it's 11:11. So let's use this weird picture. Hot Wheels I found of Dave's the other day. I didn't even know it existed.
Reveal.
Okay, it's already past 11:11, but I'm gonna say it's still 11:11. Make a wish if you want. Okay. Yeah, and it's so funny because Dave collected Hot Wheels for like his whole life. And then just recently he decided, I'm not gonna move these again. I'm not gonna sell them. I'm not gonna display them. So he picked out a few that he wanted to keep. He kept like his double Corvette, blah blah blah, little package that's all like neat and pristine.
Yeah.
But I saw this Flintstones thing, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing! I'm gonna look it up on eBay and see like if it was worth anything. Around $10. So we've got that going for us. Yeah, and the Corvettes were maybe 20. Yeah, whatever. So we're not gonna make our fortune off of Dave's Hot Wheels. Two of Dave's Hot Wheels. So
Well, that's quite an appreciation from it's what it cost when it was new, but yeah, it's not
yeah,
really worth, like I said, the
whatever.
effort of hauling it around and even the effort of selling stuff on eBay and packaging it up and taking it to the post office is like, I mean, yeah, marginal.
Yeah. Yeah, so then with our profits, let's go buy a burrito at Rubio's. So,
Right.
yeah, so just to finish up Wilco, here's Jeff Tweedy looking as
Yeah.
hey, okay, well, first of all, so looking as glamorous as always. Yeah, and I kept inappropriately, because that's how I roll. I kept whispering into Natalie's ear, well, yelling into Natalie's ear while they're playing, which was so loud. Okay, I can't say exactly what I said to her because that would just be too rude. But one of my biggest fantasies before I met Dave, like once I met Dave, like all of my flirting and wanting to have sex with everybody else, it just like stopped. It wasn't because I tried, it just stopped. Like, oh, that's just how I was. But anyway, before Dave, I used to fantasize about like way back in the day when I like Wilco was like everything to me. Yeah, and I remember like so I was a chiropractor then, and I used to fantasize about adjusting Jeff Tweedy's neck because he had horrible migraines. And in the Wilco movie, it shows him throwing up, like no one needed to see that. But anyway, yeah, so as a chiropractor, like, oh, I want to help you. And he's one of my 3 fan letters I've ever written in my life. No, I did
Ooh.
not hear back. The only one I heard back from was from when I wrote to Al Franken, and I got a letter back from his fan club saying Al Franken was too busy thinking about himself to write back to me, because it was the Al Franken decade when I wrote to him.
Now freaking decade.
Yeah, which I think started in I think it was the 80s, and then the 90s were the Joe Franken decade, his son. Because I remember he brought his little boy Joe on Weekend Update to announce the Joe Franken decade.
Oh,
Anyway,
I remember that part, but okay, yeah. Hey.
yeah, but what I whispered into Natalie's ear was something to the effect of, I'm gonna try not to be gross, but yeah, I wanted to adjust Jeff Tweedy on my table and then maybe sit on something while he's lying on my table on his back. Yeah. Anyway, we lost some viewers. Okay. Like, no. Yeah, anybody who's in my world would expect something like that from me. But anyway, yeah, so it was cool. If you're a Wilco fan, my favorite song that they sang was "I'm Always in Love," so that was cool. And we hadn't listened to the new album enough, but there were some good songs. But it was just so fucking loud, and Dave and I always joke around about like, oh, Wilco's going off, like they're going Wilco on their ass, they'll play a song and then it will just drag on forever. Yeah, so they went Wilco on their own asses, like from the get-go. It's like their first song, you would have thought it was the finale. So yeah, but don't worry, we were able to find our way back to the car. Got home.
Good.
Yeah, and Dave and I were like, ooh, look at us out on a Saturday night, because our lives are so simple, and it might sound boring, but it's just lovely to just hang out at home. Yeah, not how I used to roll. That's how I roll now.
Yeah. No, there was a time in my life. I guess. Well, yeah, it changed when I started dating Cheryl and got married and all that. But yeah, especially when I lived in Walnut Creek with Brian. I mean, there was no way I was going to be at home on a Friday or Saturday night. People say, "Hey, have you seen this show? It's great. When's it on? Friday night?" No. I'm not home on Friday nights or Saturday nights. I'm just not going in at all. But now I can't do it. I was like, oh, go out? Ugh.
I know. It's like, oh, it's dark at whatever, dark 30, and then it's like fucking midnight, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going out. Yeah, so it was lovely. And last week I talked about I was having some apprehension, anxiety about going and spending time in a group of people. And it was lovely. The only hard part, other than the extreme loudness, was at this open air amphitheater, whatever it's called, at San Diego State. So we were in row 7, and it is so fucking steep, and there are so many stairs, and Reno and Natalie they're just running down the stairs, and I'm like clinging to the handrail. Like they were just sure-footed goats, just jumping down the hill like nothing. And I was like clinging to the handrail, and Dave was behind me, so Dave stuck around. And not that I'm saying Natalie and Reno should have, whatever. And we were behind a family, and the young woman, I don't know how old she was, but she struck me as I think she was disabled in some way. I can't even think of the right words, but her mom was having to talk her down like every step, and I'm right behind her. And so we went very slowly down a lot of steps. But I told them afterwards, I'm like, thank you for going so slowly. We all are doing really well because it's really steep. And yeah, so I wanted the girl to feel better. Yeah. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. That's a boring story. Yeah, enough about the Wilco show. But we went out to dinner beforehand, and it was like over $100 for each couple. And Dave and I are just laughing because, like, oh my God, that would be like 4 meals out for us, like Rubio's or Islands.
Yeah.
We are not fancy folks. So, yeah. And I kept saying this is like in my old life with Jim. Like we'd go out for like super fancy.
Just because it was Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, dropping money on meals like just all the time. Oh, we are down to 0 viewers again. Wow.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Oh no, we're back to 1. Yeah. So yeah, that little symbol up at the top that shows how many eyeballs and how many likes, that needs to like go away for me.
Put a piece of tape over or something when you're on the line.
I'm just gonna wipe that out on my screen. Yeah. Anywho,
It'd be nice if there's 100 people joining us, but then again, I mean, It's okay. It's not.
Yeah.
And,
On
and
any given day, like, sometimes I'm like, "Oh god, I hope no one shows up." Sometimes I
yeah.
get my wish. Yeah. Anyway, oh, Yvonne says she's here. She's back. Phew. Oh, and I did want to show another picture. Yvonne and I have a friend whose book just came out. She wrote a children's book. Um, and there's me glamorously in my wife beater. Was that a wife beater? No, maybe that's just another boring shirt. Anyway, who cares? Hickory's New Home by Memory Grims, and it's just this lovely, lovely little children's book, and yeah,
What's the
I love
author's first name?
Memory. What's that?
What's the author's first name? Memory.
Memory.
Cool.
Yeah, I was realizing when I saw her name um, on my copy. Well, I should have taken a picture of the whole book and not have me in it at all. I use this for something else. Who cares? But her name is such a great author name.
Yeah.
Memory Grims. Like, I remember on Facebook for a long time, it would be, how you get those like, oh, you should be friends with this person, or and I kept getting one that said, suggested friends, Memory Grim. And I always remember thinking, like, what's a Memory Grim? Um, yeah. And then next thing I know, we're in the same writing group. Um,
That's
yeah,
funny.
and she's
Wow.
absolutely lovely. And she finished her book, which is great.
Cool.
Yeah, and I've been this week has been a fucking bitch. I did some cool sessions for people, but I had to like save up all my energy just to be
Yeah.
ready for those people, and had to cancel a few times because I had nothing in my tank. Which is really frustrating. It's it's kind of, I mean, I guess most people don't have jobs that they can call in, but usually you can kind of call them in a little bit, certain jobs. But I know when I worked for the county, like, I didn't have to be constantly working. It was self-paced. But man, doing energy work, I cannot call that in, which is
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
bummer. Yeah, anyway, but it's been an interesting week, and one of the things I was checking on myself yesterday was, because I read it somewhere recently, it's like, it's not so much about if you feel safe in your body. No, if you feel safe, like, in your mind, it's more about feeling safe in your body. And so I was asking about that last night, and it was a big, I know. Yeah, so that's been interesting. I don't know why I'm fucking bringing that up. Maybe it'll show up somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why am I still talking?
Because you have something to say.
Yeah. Oh, we've given up on the mouth tape, by the way, at night. Dave
Oh
was
yeah.
trying for a while, and it just wouldn't hold for him. He claims it wasn't because of his stash, but,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
That's kind
just
of why
like,
I was wondering if it would really work for me. Because
yeah,
because the hair.
and it works for me, but but it was good to, as we talked about last week, how it's better to not be a mouth breather.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That was
as
different.
flattering as it sounds, you don't want to be a mouth breather. And there's, a lot of health stuff around it. And just doing the mouth tape and getting more familiar with the idea that it's not great to be a mouth breather. It's amazing how often I catch myself during the day, like, doing something and like, why am I fucking breathing out of my mouth?
I do. Yeah, I do it all the time. I don't know why.
Yeah, so I'm,
My nose is a little stuffed up. That's why usually.
oh, well, that's legit. I mean,
Well,
that's
because I
the
don't do
reason you have your mouth to be
because I
breathing.
don't breathe through it enough. If you don't use
Maybe.
it, it gets clogged up. So yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who has, like, she has some chronic sinus stuff, and she's had surgeries and done so much energy work around it, and whatever is happening there. And I told her about the tape thing, and she's like, "Oh, that'd be great if I basically want to die in my sleep." So
Oh,
the tape would rip off before you die, and she didn't say it that dramatically, but that's kind of how I took it. Hey, Shannon's here. What a pleasant surprise. Oh my God, her picture, I don't know if you can see it, but her current profile picture is a cat with a wig on and a cat with sunglasses. So, and Shannon, was I supposed to make you a song and I didn't? Oh, I'm a fucking asshole again. I had a list of songs to make and I made a few, and then I'm like, I'm so fucking tired of seeing this sticky note because my week sucks. And so I said, fuck it. I threw it. just to declutter some shit. Okay, so let's make a on the spot song for Shannon. Hmm, I don't know. Shannon, Cannon, Steve Bannon. No. Um,
Good to that to her.
Shannon, Shannon, Shannon. I'm glad you're not Steve Bannon. Welcome. Yeah, that was really bad. Sorry. Wah, wah.
Yeah, no, yeah, Steve Bannon. I hope he goes down hard.
Oh my God. Yeah. So is Trump in trouble or what?
I hope so. It's just, I mean, the fact that he has not experienced 1 ounce of accountability for anything he's ever done in his life, pretty much. I mean, well, especially for all the stuff he did as president since January 6th. So I'm hoping, but yeah, it looks like the whole Mar-a-Lago records thing looks pretty airtight to me. I mean, there's no excuse there's no excuse that could hold water that would justify what is already known. There's just it's no excuse. There's no justification.
And to
So
make
yeah,
it and what really emphasizes him getting away with things fucking constantly is like then there's the poor kid from let's just make it really dramatic. He lives in the projects. The only thing he knows is selling drugs and he gets caught with no, let's not even make it that dramatic. He gets caught with a little bit of weed in his pocket and now he's in prison for fucking 15 years or something.
yeah,
Like, and this fucking orange, not to put down orange, no offense, orange, because I love you. And this fucking asshole, like, what must that feel like? Like, I know as with my all my white privilege and everything, I just think I'm so fucking horrified that I can only imagine being, anybody of color or any other human on the planet. Like, why the fuck is this guy?
yeah.
Why?
Because he was at one time the president of the United States. That shouldn't matter, but the judge, yeah. I haven't been on Facebook in several years. I went online just to put that as my Facebook message. Lock him up because
Yeah.
that insane chanting they did back in 2016 to lock her up. It's
Oh
just
my
so ironic.
gosh. And all the stuff now, I only see little headlines and I read a little bit and then I'm like, I can't get too entangled in this. But keep, seeing things about like whoever the fucking asshole is that said, oh, if something happens to Trump, I don't know whose voice this is, but um yeah, oh,
Yeah,
Yvonne is agreeing, lock him up now. But like, yeah, oh, there's gonna be riots in the streets like we've never seen.
that's one of the reasons why I got my gun. So just because of those people. I mean, they're all worried about Black Lives Matter and stuff. I don't know why, but yeah, but I'm worried about them. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, ugh. And the fact that my parents love him, mm,
that would be
I
very
think they still do.
disheartening.
I think they still do. So, which is a
Yeah.
big one of the parts of our disconnect. Um,
No,
and then he keeps
I hope
sending
he
me
does
stuff
run.
around him. It's like, what is wrong with you people? Why do I have to tell you to fuck off again? Sorry.
But
What?
I hope he does run because he'll never win. And that means whoever the Democrats, I mean, it's almost a guarantee.
I don't know about him never winning. I never thought he'd win in the first place. So I was one of those
Well,
idiots who
he lost the popular vote against Hillary. She had way more votes than he did, but through a quirk of our wonderful democracy here, yeah, he got elected. So, but yeah, no, he lost the popular vote twice, and he's less popular now than he was. So I don't think there's any way he would ever win.
I keep
So,
reading things about how Christians, more and more people are like saying, no thanks. So
well,
that makes me happy.
yeah, but
No
it's like
offense to anybody who's a Christian watching. So
Eric Trump was out there saying that Donald Trump has done more for Christianity than anybody since Jesus.
wait, who said that?
Trump's son, Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump.
Oh, his son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but he said it to a crowd of people, and they cheered, yay! Everyone said, no one laughed or anything. I mean, it was a for sure real assertion, and no one challenged him on it.
Well, I have it in writing from a relative of mine who I won't talk specific shit about anymore on my show. But I have it in writing that this person said Trump was anointed by God.
that's the heart of the whole QAnon conspiracy thing, that he's kind of like a messiah. He'll be coming back and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the QAnon languaging is really, yeah. Once you learn what the QAnon language is, you know who in your family is into it. So, anywho, if that makes them happy, whatever. Okay, enough of that.
As long as they could keep it to themselves. But it's like, do anything you want as long as you don't hurt anybody. Physically or emotionally or politically, or you're entitled to your own opinions. Just you can't push on everyone else, and that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and I've come this far. These two people who sired me onto the planet, who I used to be closer with, I truly believe they choose this over a relationship with me.
Well, in some respects, I think my dad has as well, because there's just so many things we can't talk about, not because I can't talk about them civilly, but because he can't. I mean, basically, if you don't agree with him, you're either a moron or you're
either with us or against us.
You're either a moron or crazy.
Yeah.
It's so clear, so common sense to him.
Yeah.
So that's just another reason why him and I don't talk anymore. So.
Yeah. Did you ever get that figured out, like the money stuff with him?
We have text. We have shared texts about the money, and everything is working out fine. So okay. I tried to engage him personally. I asked him about football. I asked him about his gun that he owns.
It's like trying to connect with him on some other anything.
Yeah.
And no.
Nothing. So. Yeah.
Exclamation point.
Yeah. No, that's where he's at. I can't do anything about that. He's 82. I mean, we only have not that many days left to be father and son, but this is how he's choosing to spend his. So, and like you said, you like your parents, you've chosen this over that.
Yeah, but the beautiful thing, since I brought up my parents, I'll really try to stop saying, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. Whether I have a relationship with them or not, I kind of feel this way about it. I'd like things to be nice and good, but I'm all grown up, so whatever. But what really warms my heart, and I've told them this, that I really love the fact that my parents seem to be on the same page. At least and my mom seems to be coming into her own, and man, wouldn't want to stand in the way of anybody doing that. It's just we do not connect anymore. But I put in 50 years, so
right.
As I told my brother several years ago when this all started, like I put in the first 50 years. Now it's your turn.
See, this is hard for my mom because she's not on board with my dad and the whole. Not that my dad's ever. He said, at least in 2016, he said, "I didn't vote for Trump, but he always was that." I didn't vote for Trump, but I support him and what he's trying to do, and I understand it. I mean, that's what always the but was, I didn't vote for Trump, but.
Wow.
So he's not like, he never sent him money or anything like that. So these poor people that, I mean, God, the woman, she just got in trouble. She was the one that called the Boston's Children's Hospital to report a bomb threat to stop them from performing hysterectomies on children that they weren't doing, because they have
hysterectomies on children.
That's the right-wing myth going through the Trump circles right now, that along with the whole Democrats are using the blood of fetuses for satanic rituals. You heard that one, I'm sure.
Oh, are you talking about adrenochrome?
No, I have no idea if I'm talking about that or not, because I don't know that.
I heard about that from my parents.
But along with that, they do like gender reassignment counseling and stuff like that at this children's hospital. Imagine that.
Okay.
And so it's morphed into this, how they're performing gender reassignment surgeries on toddlers against their will, and so this woman phoned in a bomb threat. He's like, some poor old lady with Social Security donated $6,000 to Trump in the last year.
Ooh.
Right. I mean, that's one thing. I'm looking forward to the new January 6th hearings coming out at the end of this month, because they're going to really be focusing on, like, Trump's been sent almost $1 billion since January 6th obsessively to fight, to save the election and overturn the election. But none of the money went for any of that. There's really been a billion dollar fraud, and a lot of people are small donors. The Republicans are all worried because they've sucked all the money out of the room. There's no more small donors for the Republicans to fleece. The real Republicans, not the MAGA Republicans. So yeah, it's just an interesting phenomenon. But yeah, a lot of people really believe, and so if your parents have any money left, that's a good thing. That means they haven't given it all to him yet. But
Well, I don't know if my brother's threat to them that if I ever hear you giving money to anybody like this.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
because
my sister just got a durable power of attorney for my mom and set her up her own checking account because my parents have some monies. There's a trust fund and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, my dad's getting kind of crazy. So yeah, just wanted to have some other. He takes care of it all. She does not. She can't. She's no state of mind right now with her memory and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, my sister got in there and put the brakes on all that kind of. So I'm not saying that he was, but we were kind of worried that he would, and yeah. So yeah, don't be giving any money of that shit. It's all. He's a billionaire anyway. Why are you giving him money? It's like what the Republican Party is still paying for his lawyers and stuff for all the January 6th. That's their leverage over him. He's wanting to announce he's going to run for president, but they didn't want him to before the midterms because he's a tough sell, even the Republicans. And so they want him out of it. So they told if he announced before the midterms, they wouldn't pay for his lawyers anymore. He's enough of a cheapskate that he's done what they said because he wants them to keep paying for his lawyers.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, let's just do a little repeat right now. Lock him up. Oh, and by the way, Shannon says her cat's went to Vegas. So
Really?
that's why they look like that. So,
Cool.
wow, they're more travelers than I am at this point.
I've been to
yeah.
Vegas. I saw Jerry Seinfeld. It was hilarious.
Oh my God. Literally this morning, before getting out of bed, somehow it came up that I was telling Dave about how when I went to Las Vegas for a seminar a million years ago before I met him, the two people I went with. Oh yeah, we were talking about PKs, preacher's kids. And I told him like, oh yeah, I went to see Jerry Seinfeld in Las Vegas. So did Tom Papa open up for him?
Just Jerry. It's Caesar's Palace.
Okay. I don't remember where we saw it, but me and two preacher's kids, full grown adults at a seminar. We went and saw Jerry Seinfeld, and he was great, of course, but I really fell in love with Tom Papa. He is funny.
I know who he is. Yeah, no, there was no other act. It was just Jerry. But I was laughing so hard. People were laughing at me, laughing at Jerry. I couldn't stop. It was just the funniest thing. This whole bit about Pop-Tarts, it was great. The choice was either him or Tosh. That Tosh.0 guy, I don't even know what his first name is.
Yeah.
I want to say Peter Tosh, but that's the Bob Marley.
It's not Peter Tosh.
So yeah, no, I always thought he was too smart. So yeah, it was a good call. If you ever get a chance to see Jerry do stand up, it was great.
Yeah, I think that guy's going to make it. And we'll get to the magic in a second, but we'll just wrap this conversation up with remember going to a comedy show a million years ago with Sadie and Benny, back when Benny was in the picture, and we went to Reno and to see Kevin James, and we got super drunk first, shocker, and we're watching the opening act, whoever it was. I don't even remember, was it a man or a woman? It was probably a man, and this person was so not funny. But the lady next to me, well, in my drunkenness, I didn't think he was funny. But the lady next to me loved it. And she was laughing so hard. And that was making me mad.
Have you been drinking tequila by any chance?
Were we drinking tequila? I doubt it. Okay. I don't remember what we were drinking. But tequila's never been my favorite.
Okay, that's good. Tequila makes people angry.
Yeah, these days, if I'm drinking like a booch, kombucha, hard booch.
Okay.
Some alcohol. Like, I never feel gross after I do that. And I can never drink more than maybe on some days I'll drink one. Woo! But usually I can't even finish that. Anyway, okay, enough of this silliness. How about, we still have one person watching. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
let's get to the magic. Um, yeah. Okay. Oh, no, we're back to 2. Okay, so let's do a little magic. So let's do a quick grounding. Okay, so if you're playing, pick a chakra, any chakra. I think I'm going to go with my root chakra today. So in case you're playing, in some circles, it's considered red. So we're making that red light of our root chakras down by our tailbones. We're making that red light go out, 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 expanding into the universe and down into beautiful Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, and exchange, do a little howdy do with her, and then open our crown chakras and let in some cosmic energy and set the stage for some magic. And what right in my book right now, I'm trying to write just some real simple starter energy work stuff, and it's shocking how hard it is. And that's what I'm trying to work on
To put
today.
into words, it is. I mean, yeah.
What's that?
To put
Yeah,
into
yeah.
words, yeah.
And it's like, ugh, should I keep it super uber simple or there's so much to say
Maybe
and I've
somewhere
got
where
so much shit written everywhere. It's like, oh, I think I need to start over.
there might be a place where some picture's worth 1,000 words. You can either have a picture or, say you really need to refer to this video I'll have on YouTube, and maybe it's easier to show than to write, because sometimes things that are really simple can, if you want to write detailed instructions on how to do them, it can be quite lengthy to do.
Thanks for saying that, because one of the things, or a few of the things I'm going to talk about, I do have videos that I made many years ago that still stand up, like how to choose and use a pendulum.
There you go.
Just real basic, but you can find everyone's take on that, a million takes on that on YouTube. But I also have one like, is this energy mine? Or, dead people, how to release dead people. And so thank you. I think I'll just put that as part of like, you can check out my website for if you want to see this in video form. But I'll keep that in mind. You're right. That's brilliant, Coop. Did you make that up? A picture's worth 1,000 words. You're so smart.
Yes, I did. Won't come to me.
Hey, I invent lots of things that have already been invented, but I always like to say I invented it for myself. So, okay, so let's get to it. So, my name is Colleen and my crew. Yep. Okay, it's safe and appropriate to check the group. Yep. Okay. The entire group, all of us. Just kidding. Yeah. Okay. In case you want to watch. And I haven't really been able to get on my pole too much this week, too. And it's cooling off. So if I'm wearing longer pants, that means I have to take my fucking pants off.
Yeah, you
Get on my pole.
right? Yeah, you need the grip.
Yeah. Oh, well. Okay. Enough of my whining. So
There's problems.
I like when things are really easy. I'm the one person who likes when
They
things
so
are
rarely, they so rarely are, though.
I know. Oh, well, okay. And I think the summer weather made me just a little more sticky in general, and and I could just hold on like nobody's business. And now it's like I have to actually use more upper arm strength. Wah, wah. Okay, so let's check it out. So, my name's Colleen. So, are there any dead people that are just ready to move on to the light? Okay, is Jesus our escort? Escort. Yeah. Okay. Jesus, are you ready? Okay. So, calling all dead people, if you're ready to move on to the light from anybody watching now or in the future, here we go. All right. So, did we successfully release any dead people that were ready? Yep. Thanks, Jesus. And it might not sound like a big deal. I don't know. I'm so far from removed from not being able to release dead people back in the day. But man, if you're into this kind of stuff, if you're a sensitive person and all of a sudden you just don't feel like yourself, or yourself on steroids, like the not great parts of yourself on steroids, that's often an indicator that you have some kind of spirit attachment. And oftentimes it's just a dead person, a rando, that's connecting with you for whatever reason. Maybe resonating with your stored anger or whatever. Yeah, so it's a really amazing tool, which to me is just like yawn, whatever. Because I don't pick up dead people anymore. But man, it's really, really valuable. So just saying. Okay. Yeah. So we successfully released dead people. Yes, thanks Jesus again. Okay. So is there something else to do for the group today energetically? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, we're up to 5. Ooh, Mimi's here. So you know what that means. Oh man. No, 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 no. One moment. I have a speaker that I turned off. Okay, now we're ready. Do, re, mi, 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 mi. I love you, you. You're awesome. Good stuff. Okay, well, welcome, Mimi, and sending tons and tons of love to you and Joe. Yeah, so let's see if there's something energetic to do for the group. Yep. Okay, this is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. No. In row 3. No. In row 5. Yes. Okay, it's our good friend Shattered Energy Field. So it's safe and appropriate to witness the shattered energy fields that show up for me right now. Yep. Okay. It's safe and appropriate for the group. Yep. Are we ready? We are. Okay. Give me a moment. Oh, and let me say all the words. Wow. Okay. So it's safe and appropriate to witness the shattered energy fields that appear back into coherence. Yes. Okay. Safe and appropriate from the light. Yes. All righty. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. So, first of all, did we successfully witness the shattered energy fields back into coherence? Yes. I was laughing because the visual I was getting, so I was doing my thing like normal, but I realized like the background of it is like, have you ever, well, I'm sure you have, but have you ever played a video game so much that it's just kind of going in the back? Like, I'm playing this stupid game. Ooh, I need to quit it at some point. I think it's called Royal Match, and I'm on like level million or something. Um, and there's so much going on. And it's not my usual kind of game, but it's so addictive. It's probably like what Candy Crush is to people, which I never got into. But it's sort of like Tetris. It's like, you know, once you get this one thing, then a lot of like things are happening, and it's very satisfying. I'm sad to say, but that was going on just like in the faded background, like just you know, just the game going. But I'm a woman. I'm a multitasker, so I can play that fucking game and do energy work. Cause I'm a woman. Yeah, I am. Okay. That's a weird thing. Have I ever mentioned I feel uncomfortable saying I'm a woman?
No.
It feels gross to me.
Interesting.
It's weird.
That's
Yeah.
the
Makes me
inspiration.
want to cry. But enough on that.
Wow.
And it's not that I don't want to be a female. I grew up wanting to be a boy for a while until Gomer Pyle asked Luann Poobie out, and I realized, oh, I don't want to ask girls out. No, thank you. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not how I roll. Yeah. So,
What was
yeah.
Sergeant Carter's girlfriend's name?
What's that?
Sergeant Carter's girlfriend.
Oh, it wasn't Dixie.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
Uh,
I don't want to derail you there.
Somebody look up, if you don't mind, somebody look up and see what Sergeant Carter's girlfriend's name was on Gomer Pyle USMC, which I think was supposed to be at Camp Pendleton, really.
I believe it was.
But it was Camp Henderson, I think. Yeah, it's important. Anyway, yeah. Whatever happened to Frank Sutton?
Frank Sutton, very good knowledge there, yes.
Sergeant Carter. Yeah.
I didn't see him in a lot of other things.
I mean, he was riding the gravy train of of that show, and I think maybe that just sailed. He sailed on that gravy train, rode into the sunset on that gravy train.
But he was so good at that one role, he was typecast, and there's only
Yeah.
so many roles for comedic drill instructors.
Is that what happened to George Goober Lindsay as well? Miss Bunny, thanks, Rich. Rich is here? What? Rich. Oh, wow. Hi, Rich. That just makes me so happy, Miss Bunny.
Bunny.
Dixie, Bunny, whatever.
Bunny, yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Rich.
Yeah.
I think I might need to make up a theme song for you on the spot, since that seems to be the thing today.
But how fortuitous the person who knows the answer shows up right when we're asking it.
I know, right? Oh, I'm not coming up with anything right now, Rich. Yeah, but I'll have to put you on my list of theme songs. I keep thinking he's never poor, he's rich. Welcome. Okay, there you go. That's your awesome theme song. And it's no worse than the others, so you're welcome. All right. Okay, let's do some magic. So, okay. So there's something else to do for the group. Yes, this is on my master menu. Yes, this is in column A. Yes. This is in an odd numbered row. No. This is in row 2. Yep. 4. No. Okay, so that's taking me to trap emotions.
Hold on.
Okay.
Please hold on. We'll go a little bit. You throw off this door. Okay, hold on.
Okay. Oh, and one of my really good friends is doing her first ketamine treatment today. Woo! I'm so excited to hear what her experience is. And she has the same therapist that I did. So she'll have her own Colleen's Ketababes, her own team, but at least one of her team is the same. So I'm really excited to see how that will go for her. Anyway, he's never broke, he's rich. That's nice. I like that. He's never broke, he's rich. Hi, Rich. Aw, cute. First time listener, long time fan. Long time. He's loved me long time. So that's lovely. Yeah. Oh, Rich, you just make me so happy. Not that the rest of you don't, but Rich, you know. And he's a boy, and we all know boys are more important than girls. So let's give him a hand. Just kidding. That's nothing to do with you, Rich. You're lovely. Okay, so let's look for this trapped emotion. So this trapped emotion for the group is in column A. Yeah, in an odd numbered row. No, in row 2, 4, 6, 6, and our winner is betrayal. Oh, damn it. Okay, hold on. This is really important. Oh, how do I get out of that? Okay, this is really important. We've come this far. We've come this far. Okay. Dun dun dun. So like that was any different than if I just went dun dun dun. That was recorded, so that makes it extra special. Oh, hi, Spicy Laura. I was just thinking about you earlier, Laura. Yeah, so my friend is doing ketamine at the place where I did mine, and yeah, and she's somebody who's so amazing, and she's a doctor among other things, and as she's told me forever, she's like, yeah, I've got a lot of patients who are asking me, like, they're kind of waiting to see me try this, just, so she can refer them to it as well. Yeah, so I'm super excited to hear what her experience is, because it's different for all of us, but she is a fellow sensitive person. Yeah, anywho, so we've got betrayal energy, and just because I can, one more time, betrayal energy. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So worth it. Okay. Oh, but I'm sorry. We'll get to the betrayal in a second, but here's your theme song, Laura. La 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 Laura, la 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 Laura. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Okay. Oh. And I kind of almost want to play this next one. It was recorded in the car. I think I sang it one day on the show, but let's just listen to it anyway.
He's got old guy hair. It's growing everywhere. Except for on his head, his ears and nose.
Oh,
He's
never
got
mind.
old guy hair.
It's old guy hair that Dave came up with. He was just so pleased with himself one day. He's like, I've got old guy hair. Yeah. Anyway, super not important. Just like a lot of this. Okay, so betrayal. So let's see what we need to know about this trapped betrayal energy. Is there anything else we need to know about this betrayal energy? Yes. Okay. Are we holding it in a specific place? No. Okay. Oh, this just like came into my head, so I'm going to check it out. Do we need another dimension to clear it through? Okay, I get a yes on that. So the other day I was working on something and it kind of started being a thing. Okay, this might be boring, but whatever. Add it to the boring pile. But I was checking myself for something, but before I officially checked in on the subject I was looking at, I checked for usual suspect nooks and crannies of my energy field. So is my soul the only soul that inhabits my body? Yeah, all of that. That was so everything was clean, if you will. And at one point, I stopped testing as myself, and I was testing as the seventh dimension. All right. And I was led to check myself for usual suspects again. And sure enough, while testing through that dimension, some creepy crawlies were there. It's like, that didn't show up otherwise. So that's interesting. So let's see what dimension we need to clear this energy of betrayal for the group. So there's a particular dimension we're looking for. Yeah. Okay. This is first, second, third, fourth. Okay. Fourth dimension. So we're using the fourth dimension to clear this energy of betrayal. Okay. Anything else we need to know about this? Nope. Okay, it's safe and appropriate to clear this trapped energy of betrayal for whoever needs it. Yep, safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? We are. Okay, so we're sending all of this vibration, this frequency, this resonance of betrayal through the fourth dimension. So we're sending all of that energy to the light. And this is for you, Shannon. Smell you later. Still don't know why I attribute you to that or attribute that to you. Anyway, but you're welcome. So we're sending that all to the light, and we're filling up the space once occupied by betrayal. We're filling ourselves up with energy of forgiveness. Lots of forgiveness. How about energy of safety, security, and stability? Energy of peace and calm and serenity. And lots and lots and lots of freedom. How about that? Okay, let's top it off with a dollop of love and check back in. So, did we successfully clear this energy of betrayal for the group? Yes. Okay. Anything else to clear while we're dealing with the fourth dimension? Nope. Okay, thanks. Fourth dimension. Okay, so is there something else to do for the group today? Yeah. I don't know why my answers are getting tiny now. This is on my master menu. It is indeed. Okay. This is in column A. Yeah, in an odd numbered row. No, in row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12. Okay. It's leading me to my magic question page, but I don't see how I would do anything like that for the group. Da, da, da. All right. So are we really going to do that? No. What's happening? Are we going to do something else? No. My name is Colleen. Oh, no. Okay. We'll come back to that. Okay. I'm testing as someone else, somewhere else, sometime else. Dimension. Am I testing as a different dimension? I am. Okay. This dimension is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay. Eighth dimension. So Okay, so, eighth dimension, you come from the light, come from the light, come from the light, yeah, come from the dark, no. Okay, so there's something to do for the group through the eighth dimension. Yes. Okay, this is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. No. Okay, in column B. Yeah. In an odd numbered row. Yes. Okay, in row 1, 3. Ooh, shared chakras. Okay. So in my world, shared chakras, in a word, it's bleh. And in words, it's super entangled energy with somebody. Could be with somebody you love or somebody bleh, or anybody in between. Yeah. So, but shared, super entangled energy. So hard to know whose energy is whose. So let's see what chakra we're working on. This is shared first chakra. Nope. Second, third, third. Ooh. So third chakra is solar plexus area. Power center is how I look at it. Um, and it's also the area of like when I can become like pretty much disabled um, when my third chakra is, or when I have the feeling, that's my spot. When I'm feeling nervous, anxiety, anything, it's right in that spot. Anyway, enough about me and bragging about my third chakra feeling shitty. Okay, so we're gonna separate our third chakras from whoever we're sharing them with. Yep, this is safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? Yep. Okay, here we go. Give me a moment. Wow, I was able to do it while doing my go-to elevator music, Girl from Ipanema.
That
And
sounds good.
the first time I ever heard that song, which I've mentioned before, but who cares? It was on the show SCTV back in the day, and it was Andrea Martin as Edith Crickley, using the Slice-O-Matic or whatever, and she was showing how to cook to a beat. The rhythm ace. It was the rhythm ace. And
Really.
as she was chopping something or stuffing a turkey or pulling out the neck or whatever, soft and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes a walking, and when she's, yeah, that's good stuff. That is video gold. Okay, so more importantly, maybe, did we successfully separate our shared third chakras? Yep. Okay, is that a good place to stop? Yeah. All right. So let's just put this up here real quick, like, if I can be of service doing energy healing, a mini session or a phone session, please let me know. You can contact me. Well, you can contact me on Facebook, or if you have my phone number, that's best. Or you can go to my website and send me a message. Also, let's also Mimi Clark at gmail.com is a good way to get a hold of Mimi, who's an amazing astrologer plus, is what one way to describe her, because she definitely brings more to it than just astrology. Not that just astrology isn't enough. Yeah. And if you want to check out more of where I did my ketamine treatments, and as a result, uh, am willing to be on the planet finally after 56 and a half years. Yeah, among other things. Check out fieldtrip.com. Really, really cool. It is pricey, but there are different ways to do it. You can do it at home by yourself, but there's no way in hell I would do it that way. Just because I'm a shit. I know somebody who's doing it, and she's doing just fine with it. Yeah. And Artica says, thank you as always. And thank you guys for showing up. And I just so appreciate everyone who showed up. And yeah, and it was lovely that Rich showed up and Chip showed up. And yeah, I'm only mentioning the people who haven't shown up very much. Anyway, and Yvonne says, thank you both for another rousing episode of Magic Mondays. Well, thank you, Yvonne, for being such a loyal watcher. Attendee. Okay, well, thanks, Coop. And yeah, we'll see you next week if you feel like showing up. You guys. And well, you too, Coop, if you feel like showing up. But I
Probably
really
will.
appreciate that that you do, and it's been extra fun doing this with you. And yeah, I love you all, and I hope you have I hope we all have a better week than last week. Woo! Mercury,
I'll
yowza.
take
Mm. Anyway, all
that.
right. So without further ado, bye.